What if one decision by a single MLB team completely changed the future of the entire league? What if a contract so massive, so shocking, and so far beyond anything we've seen suddenly forced every franchise to rethink how they compete? And what if that team was the Los Angeles Dodgers, a club already loaded with superstar talent and willing to push the boundaries even further? Could baseball survive that kind of power shift, or would it create a level of dominance the league has never experienced before? Today's story raises the biggest question MLB fans have asked all year. Some fans say the Dodgers are simply using their resources the way any smart franchise would: aggressive, bold, and unafraid to chase greatness. But others argue the exact opposite, that this level of spending is destroying competitive balance and turning MLB into a league where only a few teams can realistically win. On one side, you have people calling it ambition. On the other, people calling it unfair. That contrast is what makes today's story so explosive. Because if this new rumor is true, it might be the moment baseball officially splits into two completely different realities: those who can compete and those who can't. Something huge is brewing behind the scenes in Major League Baseball, and almost nobody saw it coming. A rumor has just surfaced, one so wild, so unbelievable, and so game-changing that insiders are scrambling to confirm whether it's real. It involves a superstar pitcher, a jaw-dropping amount of money, and a team that has already shaken the league more than once this year. If this move actually happens, it won't just reshape the offseason, it will reshape the next decade of the sport. Stay locked in, because the details you're about to hear might be the most shocking of the entire MLB offseason. Before we dive into this story that has the entire baseball world buzzing, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on all notifications so you never miss a breaking Dodgers update, an MLB controversy, or any wild trade rumor coming your way. And trust me, today's topic isn't just big. It's the kind of thing that flips an offseason upside down, fires up fanbases, and sends the league office scrambling. We're talking about a rumored $400 million offer, yes, $400 million that the Los Angeles Dodgers are reportedly preparing to try and land Tarik Skubal. And the reaction? Absolutely explosive. Even Michael Kay couldn't stay quiet. He went live and said MLB needs to put a stop to this. Not later. Not eventually. Right now. And honestly, whether you agree with him or not, you can feel the tension around this entire situation. The Dodgers aren't just spending money anymore, they're flexing it, using it as a weapon, and completely redefining what superstar value looks like. First it was Ohtani. Then Yamamoto. Then they stacked even more big names. And now they're going after one of the most dominant pitchers in the sport, a lefty who might be the most intimidating arm in baseball. Tarik Skubal isn't just another good pitcher, he's elite, a true Cy Young level player in the absolute prime of his career. If the Dodgers land him, the rest of the league could be in serious trouble for the next 5 to 7 years. But let's rewind for a moment, because this situation escalated insanely fast. Not long ago, everyone assumed Skubal wasn't even on the trade radar. Untouchable. Off limits. And then out of nowhere, insiders started hinting that the Dodgers, yes, the team with a payroll that looks like it belongs to a tech giant, were considering a massive, long-term offer. Once that magic $400 million hit the airwaves, the entire baseball world erupted. That's when Michael Kay stepped in and basically said the league can't let this kind of financial firepower go unchecked anymore. And honestly, people understood what he meant. Because at this point, the Dodgers aren't building a super team, they're building something closer to an MLB version of the Avengers. Every offseason, they scan the market, identify the biggest star, and beat everyone else with pure financial force. It's not against the rules. It's not cheating. But is it healthy for the league? That's the question Michael Kay threw into the conversation. From his perspective, MLB has a balance problem. Teams like Oakland, Miami, and Kansas City can't dream of offering anyone $400 million. Some of them can barely piece together a $100 million roster. Meanwhile, the Dodgers are ready to hand 4 times that amount to one player. That's why Kay said the league needs to step in, because if they don't, competitive balance might disappear. But Dodgers fans? They're loving every bit of it. From their point of view, this is exactly what a powerhouse franchise should do. Use their resources, push all in, chase championships, raise the bar so high that everyone else has to adjust. And that's the chaos of baseball right now. This isn't the NBA with a hard cap. It's not the NFL with tight spending limits. MLB is wide open, and the Dodgers are simply playing the game better than everyone else. Now let's talk about Skubal himself, because none of this happens without him being truly special. He's turned into a nightmare for hitters' velocity, command, pitch mix, everything. He's not just an ace, he's the kind of pitcher you build a franchise around. Losing him would be a huge blow to the Tigers' long-term plans. Adding him would turn the Dodgers into something we haven't seen in years, a team with multiple Cy Young level arms locked in long-term, paired with the most dangerous lineup in baseball. And that's exactly what the rest of the league is terrified of. Just imagine it, October baseball. NLCS. Dodgers versus anyone. Game 1 Skubal. Game 2 Yamamoto. Game 3 Glasnow. Game 4 Ohtani, once he returns to the mound. How do you beat that? Maybe you steal a game. Maybe. But over a 7-game series? It's like trying to run into a hurricane. The Dodgers wouldn't just be favorites, they'd be overwhelming favorites. And that's what Michael Kay was warning about. Now, insiders are split on whether the Tigers would even consider trading Skubal. Some say he's off limits. Others say the Tigers know they won't be able to pay him what he'll eventually be worth, so a trade might be unavoidable. But everyone agrees on one thing: if there's any team that could make an offer too good to refuse, it's the Dodgers. They have the prospects, they have the money, and they have the vision to go bigger than anyone else. And here's the bigger concern: if the Dodgers really offer $400 million for one pitcher, what happens to the market? Suddenly the price for elite pitchers skyrockets. Suddenly $350 million becomes normal. Smaller market teams simply can't keep up. That's why analysts are sounding the alarm, because contracts like this reshape the entire sport. And on top of that, there's the question of what Skubal actually wants. His camp has stayed quiet, but insiders believe he's looking for money, stability, and a consistent chance to win. And honestly, who offers that better than the Dodgers? If this deal becomes real, Skubal could secure generational wealth while stepping into a rotation built for October dominance. And the craziest part? This rumor dropped right when people assumed the Dodgers were done making big moves. But this front office doesn't think small. They want to dominate now, later, and years from now. And Skubal fits that plan perfectly. So when Michael Kay says MLB needs to step in, he's not blaming the Dodgers, he's calling out the system. Because if things keep going this way, MLB could become a league with two completely different realities: teams that can compete financially, and teams that never stood a chance. That's the nightmare. But from the Dodgers' perspective, they're just playing within the rules. And until MLB changes those rules, why wouldn't they go all in? Right now, this story is only growing. The rumor is spreading everywhere: networks, fanbases, insiders. And if even part of it is true, we're looking at one of the biggest contract stories in MLB history. Not just because of the money or the player, but because of how much it could change the future of the sport. One thing is certain: the Dodgers aren't letting up. They're not slowing down. And if they really push for Skubal with a $400 million offer, the rest of the league may have to face a future they've been afraid of for years. The Dodgers aren't just trying to win, they're trying to build a dynasty that could last a decade. Make sure you subscribe, because the moment more details drop, the moment insiders confirm the next move, I'll be right here breaking it all down. Hit that like button, share this video with other MLB fans, and tell me in the comments, should MLB step in, or should the Dodgers be free to use their financial power however they want? Let's talk about